here we go. Welcome back to the channel and to another stream. And here we are then, episode 2 of the Last to A challenge today. See how far we can get on our journey to A rank. No qualifying, no meta cars either. So I think this one today is going to be quite interesting. We'll see how we get on, as always, on Last to A. But there are quite a few bits to that I've done for this week's episode. We've got just a bit of time. So, yeah, so following last week, what I've done is I've gone away, done a bit of work behind the scenes on what we can do for this. So what I've done is that I've selected, by random, 5 cars that we need to use for the whole thing. So if I do this, we should be able to see. We've got just enough time. Ta-da! These are the cars the randomizer selected for us today. So we have got the Honda NSX GT500, Suzuki VGT going around the track now, Porsche 911, RSR, McLaren F1 and the RX Vision. So I'm not sure. Interesting combination the randomizer selected for us this week. What I did is I went through the leaderboards and I took out all the cars in the top 500, so quite broad, and then selected the cars from the remainder. So that's it. Those are the cars we're using. So we've got to try and muddle our way through with what I think are 5 cars that don't really do well on this race, but you know, see how it goes. So we'll go Suzuki and then yeah, just go through the cars whatever order. Bit of a general ruling on them, if we can stick to it, if we can. All the cars have to be used once and no more than 3 times maximum, but we exceed it. We'll try to stick to it if we can, depending on how it's going to go. But yeah, Suzuki first up. That one should be very, very interesting. Oh dear. All we can do is see how we get on. See how we do. Hello, One and Hogson as well. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. And everyone else tuning in as well for Last to A this week on Sardinia. Right, I'm going to have a very, very quick warm-up in the Suzuki VGT, which I don't really think is going to do very well, but we'll see. It's what the randomizer chose, so that's it. That's what we're doing. Very quickly bimble around a minute to get in. But this car's going to be really bad. I've got a feeling this car's going to be... No, this is going to be... We're going to get swamped if anyone's using Vipers today. Right, the fun starts here. We've got all 3 lifelines from last week. They are still intact. The randomizer, I don't know. It's going to be rough. All is well, good stuff. One, how was your day? Yeah, good. Thanks. All good. Not too tiring. All good. Right. But in the Suzuki, it's a very bad car for this track. But well, this is it. We're going to run it. Right, here we go. First race of episode 2. Try and get as far as we can today on... Well, get as far as we can in general. Maybe get to C rank, we'll see. Did you choose the cars? Yep, the cars at random. Totally random. The cars were chosen at random. So yeah, all the cars in the top 500 were basically kicked out of the list, and then all the cars that were left over were put into another list, and then just basically just sorted into an order. Random order, top 5, they're the cars for the stream. And the Suzuki VGT was the first car it picked. So there we go. The Suzuki was the first car that the randomizer chose. That's going to be very interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Suzuki. Check our time with this one. Not many Vipers though, so no, it should be fairly alright. Just wind it up a bit before we get into 6th gear. 160 miles an hour. Got ghosting as well, just remember that as well. All we need to do is get a DR, and that's basically it, regardless of where we finish. As long as it's DR, that's all we need. That'll be an SR gone. Hello Jedi, welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. Right, Ferrari's quite good round here, so gotta be careful, don't lose them. Well, look at that, 12,000 RPM on the limiter. Suzuki's moving. crash here. But not too bad, P5. Not the quickest car by a long, long way. Why was trying to take me out there. That Porsche in front. Hello Jesus, welcome to the stream, thanks for tuning in, hope all is well. Right, final lap in the Suzuki, maybe a podium, first race. Well, not too bad. A relatively good start to the episode. The Suzuki, not too bad of it. Well, it's not too bad in this race, but the Suzuki VGT the first car that was picked this week. There we are, P3 in the Suzuki VGT. Not a car that I normally use. So, yeah, daily race B, this one. We'll just come out of this lobby. So Viper, well, obviously we can't use that because that is the meta. That is the undisputed meta of this daily. And I'm not sure about the Nissan GTR Nismo either. Yeah, off to a good start this week. P3 on the podium. But I think we may lose a bit of SR, but not too bad if we do. Right then, have a look. Oh, not too bad to get some SR from that one. Right, let's do that. Right, so you have just joined us, Last to A episode 2. So what I've done is I have done a randomizer to pick the cars at random. So the cars we're using have all been chosen randomly. So the VGT was one of them. That was the first car that it picked. And these are the other cars that we're using today. The randomizer's very kindly chosen for us. So NSX GT500, Suzuki VGT, Porsche 911 RSR, McLaren F1 and the RX Vision GT3 concept. Those are the 5 cars we must use, and these 5 cars only. So, bit of a, if we stick to it, we do. If we don't, we don't. But a general rule around it, all cars go at least once, no more than 3 times. So, we should be doing enough races to definitely use all the cars at least once, and maybe 1 or 2 of them we may hit the cap of 3. But we'll see how it goes. So we've just used the Suzuki. Have a look. Right, I think no particular order. So we'll go for the Honda, I think. Right, Honda NSX for this one. And again, all the cars outside the top 500 were... So all the cars in the top 500 of the global ranking were all omitted from the list. And it was all the cars that were left over. So I think the Honda was the second car that the randomizer chose. Not too bad. We've got a bit of a longer wait time though on the daily, so try not to set a time if we can. See how this one's going to be. So 911, it wasn't when I looked earlier. So yeah, when I ran the randomizer, the 911 wasn't in the top 500 as far as I could see. Oh, this is the Super GT car, isn't it? The Honda. Got this one, the Nissan, and the, what is it, Supra. Feels a bit quicker than the VGT. I think most Group 3 cars, to be fair, are quicker than that VGT. This one's not, I don't know, not too bad. Right, don't set a time. So I wasn't sure if it's doing the same. Yeah, we are, yeah, kind of roughly, yeah, going on the same kind of structure, but just this time the car's completely random, as per the randomizer that I made for it last week. So we get the same cars for the whole stream. Right, that'll do for that. We'll pull over. Right, so we'll wait until we come in. Honda NSX GT500. Voice is cutting out. Oh, is it? Sound is... Oh, okay. Seems alright on our end. We'll keep an eye on it. Thanks for letting us know. We'll see what's up with it. I know the other day, the capture card needed a bit of waking up the other day when I came in. Right, it's NSX GT500. See how this one's going to go. We've got, like I say, all three lifelines left intact from last week's run. We can try the Metacar once only, so we spin off, crash off in the Metacar, that's it. Can't use it again. The qualifier, we can set, well, we can have one go at setting a qualifying time. If we crash, bin the lap, or the lap time isn't very good, that's it, can't do it again. And then the change the track, so like now, we could go to Monza for the ADC, but then we would not be able to come back to this one. And would also not be able to change the track again in the rest of the challenge. So we'll see, try to preserve those lifelines for as long as we can. But there aren't many Vipers though, but I'm pretty sure the further up we get, we're going to start seeing more Metacars in the dailies, and that's when it's going to start getting a bit with the old randomizer. Please give us some good cars that stand half a decent chance. Some of them are going to be not utterly hopeless, but some of them won't fare as well as others, as we all know. Right, Honda NSX GT500. Well, yeah, I'll keep an eye on stuff on my end and see what's... so restarted the... Oh, okay, fair enough. He restarted the app. I'll monitor it anyway, just because... see if anything's going on my end. Oh, the Viper's dropping back. Right, come on, Honda. Yeah, thanks one for GLHF, appreciate it, as always. Oh, this one feels quicker than the Suzuki VGT. But will it deliver? Try and keep up with these guys if we can. I think we're going to struggle a bit in this race, the way it's going at the minute. Most of my trail breakers will be catching one or two of them out. Don't want to get squeezed. Right, I'm going for it. Oh, a bit like that. I'm getting swamped here by these Vipers. I think that Hurricane's having a bit of a disagreement with them over there. Right, let's try and get the beamer up into the top fix if we can. Kind of drop the guys behind a little bit now. Right, 1 lap to go. Good run out of there. Right, can we hold on though with the beamer's slipstream? Come on, Honda. Just about, hang on. Oh. Just about finishing 6th in the Honda. I think all the cars in front of us, top 5, were top 500 on the leaderboard. So not too bad. Working on through. Finishing 6th in the Honda NSX GT500. Not too bad. That 2 cars down, 3 more to go. So, 3rd and 6th. Yep, cheers Jedi for the GGs, appreciate it. As always. Right, let's go back in. Right, rents the car. So, we've done 2. We have got... We've got... Porsche 911, McLaren F1 GTR, BMW, and the RX Vision left to run through, to having used all the cars once. So where's the 911 RSR? Not driven this car for quite a long time, so I don't know how this is going to go. Done welcome from the back. Yeah, thanks, Jedi. Appreciate it. I think, though, it'll get tougher as we go through. It'll definitely start to get tougher. The more meta cars appear, it's going to start getting to the... start getting tough. The business end of the challenge, the high B, but if we get that far, it's going to be... It might be a bit rough if we get a daily race one week where there is It's basically use the meta or you go bust, pretty much. Right, the Porsche 911, the third car, the randomizer, selected for us. Not been in this car for quite a few months, so this will be interesting. Hello MDG, welcome to the stream, thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. RX Vision, yeah, we've got that as well. That'll be probably the next car we'll go in, the RX Vision. Right, 5 minutes until the Porsche's turn. Remember before, this car gave me quite a few problems on a daily race a while ago, and I think that's the reason I stopped using it. So we'll see if those issues are going to come back when we use it in 4 minutes on this one. We'll stop here so we don't set a time. Right, 2.5 minutes until the Porsche. Any BOP changes? I think they have. I think Group 4's had a few, from what I've seen. That's the main BOP change. Not sure about Group 3. Right, 2 minutes until the Porsche. Go over here. Oh yeah, the Beetle was also excluded from the list as well. Oh, interesting. I've not as of yet decided what we're going to do if, so let's say I do the randomizer and then a car that gets picked out then goes in top 500 or whatever. I'll have to work that out. That's an interesting development. Yeah, we took the Corvette away as well from the list earlier as well. Interesting that the Suzuki VGT has been popped into the top 100. I suppose also, what if one of the cars that gets picked out goes into top 500 or whatever during the stream? We'll have to work it out as we go. What we can do to get around that, or yeah, what can we do? So the Porsche, as far as I'm aware, is still not in the top 500. So we'll do this race in the Porsche. The new TT and one of the new cars, possibly. Yeah, because normally they like to put one of the new cars in the TT post-update. Although I think last week they did the new Nismo, I think, that came in the update. So I think they've already done that with the Nismo. Unless they put another one in. The Nissan Qashqai for a TT. Right, Porsche. Got Ferrari fan. Got me a Ferrari flag somewhere from years and years ago. I'll have to try and get it out at some point. Me Ferrari flag. I've got my Schumacher picture just on the floor at the minute, and there's still not been put up yet. About 2 of them that I've got. Just sitting down there. Yeah, thanks MDG, appreciate it. The good luck. We're in the Porsche now. I think the results don't matter as such. It's just the as long as we move forward. And one absolute hero. Big thanks for the €20. Massively appreciated as always. Thank you, RL, for the entertainment and finding new challenges. No worries, one, and big thanks, as always, for supporting the channel. Absolute hero, and as always, is massively appreciated. Absolute legend. Right, this is it. Porsche. Porsches in this one, so let's see how we get on. Skidding a bit. Oh, Flipping out. Oh, and it's still going on. It's... a bit there as well. And the Huracan's gonna be defending away here. Good job for Ghosting. Yeah, I think Ghosting saved us there on the last lap. I think the Huracan is defending away again. We're both catching the Ferrari though. Let's go after the Ferrari then. 458 Italia. Might be a bit tight up there, we'll have a look. There goes the Huracan though. Probably so. If I kind of post round the corner like I normally do, they're going to shut the door straight in my face. So I've got to be careful of that. I want the podium. They're up for it as well. have to go in the parking bay to get around them. Oh, I've cut the corner. I'm not looking at what I'm doing. I'm looking at the Huracan's back bumper. Or that could be a consequence for that. And if there isn't, very lucky. Right, final lap. And the Huracan is... They're set on P3, the way they're driving. They are hell-bent on getting that podium. They really do. Yeah, not much room going up the hill, bit of the parking bay to get us up the hill without banging into the Huracan. Wide though. Forward set. Well, I've gone through now. Right, let's go. P3 in the Porsche. Two metas, well, two top 100s. One of them the meta, 1 and 2. And there we go. That's 3 cars that we've done. We've got 2 more. And then we've done them all once. And I've got a trophy. Lovely. Right, we'll go to the next vehicle that we're going to run. Yeah, thanks, one. Appreciate it. Trying to take us out. But yeah, it's one a bit like last week, really, as well. Take the lobbies at this stage for what they are. And just do our own thing. Right, so, where are we? We've done 3 of our 5 randomised cars. We've got 2 more to go. McLaren and RX Vision. The RX Vision is up next on the list. Just check it's the stealth model. Yeah, pick the stealth model. Because there's 2 of them on the list. And then the McLaren that will be the next car we'll have on the... one... A quick look, apart from one that we know about, but not really. Very quick glance. Yeah, I took that one out as well earlier. Genesis took that one out as well. It's still looking pretty much the same, yeah. Minus the Suzuki. I think we're still alright for the minute with the cars that we're running. Right, Mazda don't think I've never driven this car before in sport mode. I don't think I have. I can't remember doing it in sport mode. I don't think I have. First time today in the RX Vision. Not too bad through there. Not too bad of a car. I think we're managing it. Could be, we'll get around the race in it. Right, to the Mazda RX Vision. The next car that will run. See how this one goes. So far, 3 races in, not too bad. See how we get on with this one and the McLaren, and then we're going to be cycling through what we've done. So we're going in this one. I think if we ever get Daytona as a Group 3 daily race, that'll be fun. That's either Ford GT40 or Peugeot RCZ. So the randomizer for that's going to be very fun as we try to go round in, well, the Suzuki VGT on Daytona against the yeah, it's just going to be, that could be rough if we get that daily, or that kind of daily. Whilst the challenge is on. Hello, White Tiger and Game Plan as well. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope, as always, all is well. Waiting for the next race to come in. And if you are enjoying the stream, do be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Be very much appreciated. Last to episode 2. 3 races in. This week, choosing 5 cars at random to run in the daily. And the car list so far is alright, but later on as we go through the challenge, the randomizer could very well give us some, well, very unsavoury combinations. Well, I say randomizer, it's basically an Excel spreadsheet, basically. Load the numbers, and then a formula to just go, right, equals random number, sort, 1 to 50, go. Basically, that's it. Top 5, there you go, there are your cars. Nice and simple. Right, so the RX Vision is up next. How's this one going to go? Oh, I do wonder. We've had a decent run so far. But last week we had a few bumps here and there. And I'm expecting a few this week as well. As we've now hit the C lobbies. That means, well, more metas, I'm guessing, are going to start coming in. So Vipers are coming in a little bit more. Hurricanes as well. More Ferraris. More cars that are omitted from the list that we can't use. So here we are. It's time to up the game a bit. P15 in the Mazda. $143 on P1. Right, this is it. The Mazda RX Vision. Up next. Right. This one, don't know, it's always hard to say when you're in a non-meta car how it can go. In a car that I've never driven before, in sport mode, until today. See how we get on in the Mazda. We are away. Now the ghosting's going to end as we get further up. someone's about to go out in a minute. Told you. Oh, slidey. It's going there, the Mazda, it's pulling a bit quite nicely. 160 before the bridge there. Right, next car, 2 seconds ahead of us there. Right, there's the next group in front. .94 seconds and might get near him. Brakes that up around it. Two laps to go, try and catch these top 4 then. Mazda's feeling alright actually, he's not back up. Lap time 43, yeah, not bad, 44s. Maybe get podium. Maybe. 2.3 to get on the podium. That'll do, we'll get on the podium. Although, it might be, I don't know. Gonna get on the back of the Viper. That'll do though, P3. In the Mazda. I think take the result and then on to the next one. Good run so far in this one. It's almost, I don't know, it's almost too good at the minute. We've got one car left to use and then we're on rotation. Right, so the Mazda is done, which means we go back into Daily Race B and go to rent the car. We've got one car left to go into, and that is the McLaren F1 GTR BMW 95. So where's that? I think it's down at the bottom. Yep, there it is. McLaren. Get into that. Now, as the Suzuki has gone into top 100, we may, I don't know, we could omit it from the next round, I suppose. I don't know, that could come in, I suppose. So if a car during the stream gets into top 100, whether I notice it or anyone in chat notices what's happened on the leaderboards, that car has to be taken out of the list. So, well, I don't know. If the car is a really good car, or the best out of the 5 that the randomizer's chosen, and then we have to get rid of it because it's gone into top 100 mid-stream, oh, it could add to it. It could definitely add to it. Let's get our lifelines back on. That, I suppose, could add to it. We take the car out mid-stream. And then, yeah, like I say, if the car is the best out of the 5... well, that's just tough. That's it, tough. The car's gone because it's gone into top 100. Or, what do we say, top 500 or whatever it is. New bits coming into this all the time. Thought this week we'd try the randomizer. We'd get that working, try it first, and then other bits for it as well that we've got working away. Get those put in as well as we go through. So, I don't know, by the end of the series finale, we shouldn't be too far off, all being well, from having a, well, a half-decent episode. All the bits come together. But now it's the turn of the McLaren. Again, I don't think I've used this car in sport mode either. I don't think I have. Well, not until now. Because in this one, you sit in, I was going to say sit in the middle, in the McLaren. Alright, 5.5 minutes to warm the McLaren up. I've been doing this one. Bit of speed in this one. Right, 350 to go for this one. This one feels a bit quick. Might keep up with the Vipers a bit. This one. Bit of airborne there. The last corner. Right, McLaren is next. And that's all 5 done at least once. But the Suzuki VGT could very well be out. And that is because, we saw earlier, it's been popped in by, I think it was, yeah, his Al's popped it into the top 50 in the world. So, right, Suzuki's out now. That's, it's gone, it's omitted, it's in top 100. And we'll go the McLaren. I've not seen the McLaren anywhere. I've checked. I mean, I've checked. I think like top 1,000-ish. I've checked, and I've not seen any McLarens. Not in top 500. Definitely not. Which is what, again, the randomizer selection's based on. The what's in the top 500 and what isn't. The McLaren wasn't in there, so it's quite quick though. Feeling pretty quick just then, so I might take it to the Vipers a bit. Could be the surprise package of the pack so far, the McLaren F1 GTR. Let's find out how the McLaren's going to get on. Right, so we're at the back of the grid. As per the usual, no qualifying times on the challenge, but we can have one go at setting a qualifying time as per the qualifying lifeline. But again, if we do mess up that lap, or the lap time just isn't that great, that's it. It's the lifeline is used and it is gone. Likewise, we can change the daily, but again, if we do that, we can't do it again. And we can also use the metacar once, or one of the metacars once if we want. But again, jump in the meta, go off at the first corner, get punted, that's it, race over. Lifeline is gone. They have to last, so we have to use them sparingly. Now it's the McLaren. I've got other like wildcard ideas for this as well, for like the little bits that make it up as well. I don't know, just depends really on how much of a challenge we're prepared to make it, I guess. I mean, we could make this as hard as we want or as easy as we want, whichever way. But some of the things that I've thought about, like I say, little like Joker wildcard type things that could really up the ante quite a bit and make it a bit more difficult. Or rather, very, very difficult. But McLaren is moving past the Porsche. See how we get on in this then. Can we get the legs on the Porsche before the... Yes, we can. We get turned in. Right, power down here. Although the Merc's got some legs on it as well. Hello, Boya. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. Glad to see the next Super GT is at it again. Well, we are in the hot seat once again. As always, I'm not too sure about the next Super GT, but you never know. You do never know. Let's get the back of the next group here. Oh, steady. Should have used second gear there, short shifted it. Went second gear, a bit of a skid off there. Got away a bit there, but we should be able to stay with them. Got one more lap to try, force the issue, get podium. I'll just have to let him go. Bit of a skid there on the Viper. Not bad though, P4 in the McLaren. Moving on up in the world. 3 cars, yeah, the 4C was taken out earlier as well. From the list, I noticed that was very high on the leaderboard, the 4C, so I took that away from the selection as well. Not bad though, P3, P4 in that one. Cautious defender, possibly key to the challenge, consistent results. That's the key. We get the DR, we move up, we get closer to the end goal. And so far today, it's not been too bad. On episode 2 of Last 2A, races have been pretty good so far. Right, so we've used all 5 cars now, at least once. However, as we have seen a couple of times, what's going on there? That's why, right. There we go. Right, so the Suzuki then has gone into top 100, so... Right, okay, so Honda, Porsche, McLaren or RX Vision are the cars that are left for us to use. I thought, to be fair, I don't know, really. I mean, the Suzuki, I mean, I didn't really get on with it, really. Didn't really feel it was, like, the fastest car or anything. So, I don't know, is it maybe a good thing that it's gone? We'll see as we go on. The Honda's left, though. We can use that. That is left in, and all the other cars are also left in as well, so we can use those. Don't own the car from the Legends McLaren. Yes, yeah, Legends car dealership, the McLaren. I believe last time it was in, it was about 16 million credits, the McLaren. Yeah, about 16 mil, the McLaren, when it was last in. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 20 mil cars in the Legends car dealership. Although 1 or 2 I've seen before, but I've not bought them just because I don't like them. So I've kind of let them go on 1 or 2 occasions, some of the 20 mil cars, just because I don't really want them, but I will buy them at some point just to say that I've got all the cars in the game. But yeah, I think 1 or 2 have come in and I've kind of seen them and gone, oh, well, I suppose, alright, then I'll get it at this point. Then I go in a few days' time, it's gone to limited stock. Right, I'll buy it next time I come on. Next time I come on and go in there, it's gone. Well, fair enough then. I don't miss the car terribly. Need to save up again. Yeah, the 20 mil cars are really expensive. And they do take quite a bit to save up for as well. I think one of mine, I think the Shelby, the 20 mil Shelby, has come in a few times. And I've just not bought it. I don't know, just not really, not one of my favourite cars. I've just ignored it. Mostly in the Legends car dealership. I think also, as well as that, it's also seen your credits drop by such a massive figure. That is another thing that kind of puts you off, I guess, buying cars in the Legends car dealership. But you've got to buy them at some point if you want all the cars in the game. So we have to get around it by just going in there and buying the car. We have to kind of make ourselves do it at some point. Right, it's 4 minutes. We're going the Honda. Right, 3 more minutes, and then we're going again. NSX GT500. But this one's one of the cheaper cars in the Legends car dealership. I think it's about 1 million, 2 million. I think it's no more than 2 million, this one. .53-ish, yeah, I thought so. It goes with one of the cafe menus, the Japanese Super GT cafe menu. Right, it's Honda NSX time. So now the second, so yeah, can use, again, try to stick to it. If we don't, we don't, but use the cars no more than three times in an episode. Again, if we stick to it, we don't, we don't. A general rule. So this is number 2 in the NSX. The Suzuki is out because Mikhail Hazal's put it in top 100 in the daily races on the leaderboard. Let's look into that as well. So yeah, if we I can work on it. We can like schedule checks of the leaderboards to see if anything's moved and then take cars away or whatever. Yeah, thanks one for the GRHF. Appreciate it as always. We're going to be in more Vipers, bit of a Beetle lobby, Ford GT40. That could have done well, to be fair, but it wasn't chosen in the randomizer, so can't use it. Yeah, cheers Game Plan for the good luck as well. Appreciate it as always. Honda. Try the VW. It's not in the car group for this week, so can't use it. It's the randomizer that I did. It chose 5 cars at random that we can use, and the VW sadly wasn't one of them that was picked. Although I can see it doing not too bad on here. Once you get, I don't know, like the VGT, I suppose, get the hang of it, and it might not be too bad. Right, it's the Honda once again. Like, this one struggled last race with top speed, I remember. Have to compensate for that with a bit of a middle, or a good middle part of the lap. Let's take that. Avoid that. Oh, ping pong. Couldn't avoid that. A slight bit of ping pong on Sardinia. Oh, and a bit more ping pong there as well going on. Into the wall, back onto the track. Second race in the Honda. Proving to be a bit of a test so far. Front and rear damage as well. Right, let's try to gather it up. But looks fast in the turn. Yeah, that's the Honda. It's a good car. In the corners, pretty decent. Catch in as well. Now I've got rear tyre damage. Oh, it's gone now. Got yellows out in T1. Look at the brakes there for the GT40. Right, no ping pong this time. Who was it that was, he just drove straight into my car. What we're doing here, racing, or was it Sebastian that said that? He just drove straight into my car. What is this? Racing or ping pong? And of course the very famous one, I think it was Sochi, where he got a bit unhappy with somebody. In fact, he got very unhappy with, I think it was one of the Toro Rosso drivers at the time. He got really unhappy with them. A bit of a colourful team radio on that one. But it is 3 wide in the C lobby. It is action in this one. The race is going to start taking a turn as we go through the second run in the cars now. The Hondas, arguably the weakest out of the group so far. Just a bit on top end speed. I'm getting closer to these guys now. Might get us back here on the straight. McLaren's pretty quick. Try and get a bit of slipstream to keep up with them. Honda's definitely the weakest car, I think, out of the group in top speed department. work on that. Another one there. Oh, might get something out of this. Oh. No words. Or a miscalculated judgment, I believe, on my part to get a 3-second penalty for yellow flags. Oh. That's a clip, could well be. A few clips, 1 or 2 in this one from what we had. Including a very careless move to get a 3-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. Don't recommend ignoring yellow flags. Although sometimes they can't be able to come up too late, and then you go through, realise that you've done it when it's too late. It can happen, but don't recommend it if you get the chance to avoid them. There we go, the NSX delivering. I think they're the first bit of a blow on this one. Finishing 10th, that'll be a DR loss, I think, on this race. Courtesy of the NSX, got up a trophy. I've got the platinum, the main account for the for GT7. But it is a loss of DR with ignoring yellow flags and getting a 3-second time penalty. I think we also bashed the McLaren. That's why I kind of slowed down, because I saw them wobbling. Oh, I've just bashed them on the... but they finished in 8th and got DR, so not too bad for them. Not too bad for us either. Right, the Honda. That's 2 for the Honda. Yep, cheers game plan for the GGs. Appreciate it as always. Enter in a rented car. Right, NSX has been up twice. Looks to be the Porsche 911 RSR with no Suzuki, courtesy of Mikhail Hizal, popping it into top 100. So the Porsche, that was good last time. See if it is this time. McLaren and the RX Vision are both still with us as well. That's pretty good as well. So we've still got 4 cars out of 5 that we can use. But it is now the Porsche. A very quick scan. Yeah, nothing's changed since we started, no. No, all the cars that I chucked out earlier are still, yeah, near enough. Right, the Porsche is next. Right, set a time, just keep remembering that. Although, I think at some point we will set a time by accident. It's bound to happen at least once on this, so just bear that in mind. If it does, it does. Just have to, yeah, just manage it at the time, deal with it. We do set a time by accident on one of the dailies. 3 minutes 20 to get the Porsche ready. This one isn't too bad, the Porsche 911. Right, Porsche's next on the run-in. I think last time in the... What did we get? 3rd place, 4th place, something like that in Porsche last time we ran the 911. So try and build on that in this one. I'll try to match the result. Try and get a bit of DR move forward on the challenge. We're not doing too bad. Making our way towards the B lobbies. But yeah, potential with this could make it, like I say, really, really hard, depending on what I feel like, what we could do with it. All sorts of things. Wild cards, more random selections to make the races even more difficult. Right, so we're in the Porsche. In the second run-in in the Porsche. First race in the Porsche was quite good. Tried to bounce back from the NSX race we just had. There we go. All 3 of our lifelines are still intact. What we like to see. You don't want to use, well, a bit like, again, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Don't use them unless you really feel the need to use them. Although, well, this is it. We could use a lifeline and then it completely turns the whole stream upside down. It could happen. Anything can happen in this challenge. Right, it's back at the grid. Porsche. Yeah, cheers, game plan. Be good luck. Appreciate it. As always, in the Porsche. $16, so top 8 or 7. Carry on moving forward. Right, it's Porsche time. Steady there. I'm bustling through to P12. There's the Jaguar. Too bad, quite close still at the minute. Oh, my car's got a bit funny there. That's just the Audi over there. bit laggy. What we now, Porsche, the Porsche 911 car running in this race. That Jag's pretty quick there. I think the Jag is off the list as well from earlier. We're still in the D rank. I think we're in C now. About halfway up C. When I checked it just before this race. Right, 2 laps to go, 4 seconds in front. Not in a bad spot at the minute, P6. Not going to the barrier. Let's quite that one. Not quite alongside him. Tough though, because they might want it back. Well, they do want it back. Have a look. Oh, well. We'll take it. Just about. Still P6. We'll take that. It's P6. It is a bounce back from the NSX. Bit of a bout of contact on the final corner. I've just kind of waited to see what the car was going to do. But, yeah, we got P6. Hoping the barrier was going to straighten us out, and it kind of did. we had the gap behind us to finish off the race where we were getting good DR. Yeah, that's it. It's the progress of the DR getting through the races consistently and moving on up. Okay, fine. I'll take the SR loss then. I'll take that. But presumably the final corner, but still P6. The barrier kind of did its job, or what I wanted the barrier to do. Straightened us out for the finish line, and the gap behind was just about big enough to finish in 6th. But yes, you can say they were trying to take us out. Yeah, there is the elements of that, isn't there? A case of wanting the place back. This one. Right. Just done the Porsche. What's next? Porsche is done. McLaren F1 was the RX Vision. I think it's the RX Vision, isn't it? The RX is next on here, so yeah, then it's the McLaren. I think they're both the same car, to be honest, but I think they are, but the randomizer chose this one, so that's the one that we'll go with. So RX Vision. Next car. Then it will be the McLaren. Again, this car, I think we got a decent result in it last time as well. I'll keep going there, force a habit to keep checking the leaderboards to chase ghost cars around the place. But if you are, so far, enjoying the Last to 8 episode 2, do be sure to like and subscribe for more. It would be very much appreciated. Episode 3 next week. Every Wednesday, we do Last to 8 on the channel. So, 1 a week, so different dailies every time we do it. So, last week we had the first episode. This week we brought in random cars. Next week, well, I don't know. Again, it depends how hard I feel like I want to make it for myself. Oh, it's a bit like the random weapons box in Zombies on Call of Duty. You could go there and get the ray gun, or you could go there and get the ballistic knife. Really, it's kind of a bit like that. And that did happen a few times. Me and my mates doing it. We'd get well, one of us would get the ray gun on like round 1, or round 2, round 3, and then change it by accident for something a lot worse. It does happen. Right, RX Vision. What was it? There's a map, I think it was on, was it Call of Duty 5? There was a map with staircase on it. You had to, well, it was the best place to camp on the map for higher rounds of zombies. I was on like round 20, 25, and my friend's like, oh, I'm going to test out the flamethrower. It's like, what? Oh, what, now? Oh, it's like, you can't be serious. It's like, you really can't be serious. Oh, no, I want to see what it's like. Flamethrower. On round 25, camping on the stairway, on zombies. Oh, dearie me. Oh, there were some colourful words in that party chat that day, really. Translation, what on earth are you doing? New Battlefield 6 coming out tomorrow. I'm busy watching that. But yeah, I think Call of Duty Zombies was our bread and butter back in the day of Xbox. pretty much completely destroyed all the maps in every possible way. Easter eggs, secrets, everything. Like, around 50 plus on all of them. Hello Joe, welcome into the stream, thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. Is it dangerous for a helicopter and a hot air balloon to fly close to a wind farm? I suppose it could be. I suppose it could be. I suppose it depends on the precautions taken and all the other bits around it, I'm sure. Risk assessment of some sort will have got into it to make sure they're flying safely. Battlefield 2142. I don't think never going to Battlefield. Not really. They Call of Duty from the very beginning, so the 360 PS3 gen, Call of Duty 4, got into that, World at War, and then all the way through Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops. What was it after Black Ops? Can't remember. What was Modern Warfare 3? I think it was, yeah, Modern Warfare 3. And then it was Black Ops 2, I think. And Black Ops 2, that's kind of where I started to taper off a bit from it, from the series as a whole. When it went to last gen for the next generation, I think it was Ghost at that point. Original Call of Duty 2, I think I had a bit of a go on that one, but not really. I think I had Call of Duty 3. I did finish that. But then COD 4 was when it proper started for me, going through all the campaign and that on COD 4. Mile High Club, absolutely love it. I did do it on veteran difficulty, and it was insane. I think I've got many a memory of that. If you've ever done Mile High Club on Call of Duty 4, you'll know what I'm talking about. The elevator at the start, ding dong, every time you start the level, and there's the guy coming out the toilet that you have to knife, and then it all starts. I think it took me, I can't. It took me some attempts to do that on veteran. Quite a few. But 174 worldwide on Black Ops 1. GG's 1 on Black Ops 1. I think Black Ops 1, I thought that was one of my favourites, Black Ops 1. The campaign on that was brilliant, I thought. And the zombie maps weren't too bad either. I think the Easter eggs on the Black Ops zombie maps were, again, they took quite a while. I think the one, a map called Moon, one in outer space, that Easter egg was awful. That was hell, working that out. But fortunately, one of my mates, he proper sat down and read it on the internet, like proper read how to do it. And he understood it, like, inside out. It's basically, right, well, you just do what I tell you, basically, and we'll do it. So, like, oh, brilliant. But it did not take away from how hard it was, that Easter egg. It took a few weeks to do it. Because you've got to be careful doing those Easter eggs. You have to have as well. The strategy doesn't need to be flawless, but you have to have some idea as to what you're doing. So, like, leaving crawlers. So leave a zombie crawling around the map at the end of every round to then go and do the steps that you need to do to progress the Easter egg and that sort of thing. And just make sure that you've got the steps in the right order as well. and all of the you've got all the weapons that you need, all the bits that you need on the map. Right. Mazda RX Vision. Last race was pretty good in this, so we'll see how we get on. Yeah, cheers game plan. Good luck, appreciate it. Back in the day, oh yes, it was yeah, the 2000 early 2010s. Was at the height of COD on Xbox Live. Careful. Like on the Viper, just trying to watch out. I don't know, you might as well just keep going. Oh, keep missing the gear in there in the Mazda. Well, I could have got past them, but braking was a bit off. Right, let's go with the Aston then, final lap. The Nismo's going to come with us as well. That way. Whoop. A little battle here. Oh, do you know what? I'll wait for him. Oh, through. We'll take that one. A bit of a trade in paint on the last corner. Not too fussed about it either way. And there we are. Good race though. Mazda's good car. The Mazda, which leaves. Go with the rent-a-car. It would be the McLaren down at the bottom, not the Viper, definitely not the Viper. McLaren. And there we are. Jump into the McLaren. They need to do that. Yeah, always tend to do it. I think it's just force of habit, stuff like that. It's just trading paint, cars going off. always done it. It's just, like I say, it's just a habit that we have of just waiting for people and stuff like that happens. Sometimes we don't actually need to do it, but it's just a case of, again, just doing it. I don't know, just like it takes, what's the word, the animosity out of it, if they're maybe feeling a bit like, well, I've just been punted or something. Takes the animosity away in the immediate moment that it happens. 6 minutes until McLaren. But today has been not too bad of a run. Getting into the C lobbies. Six minutes until the next one. I think really this should keep us going, I think, for quite a while, this last 2A challenge. Every Wednesday, we should get quite a few out of it, quite a few episodes from this. I think it'll definitely keep us going for a bit. Good racing, yep, cheers Jedi. Good racing in the Mazda. McLaren's quick as well, so this could be another good one. Get back the, we'll claw back some more DR. Let people pass if you... Yeah, exactly, yeah, so, yeah, you feel bad. Yeah, kind of like the same with me, I think, as well, that, yeah, again, it just, like I say, just, it takes the kind of, the sting out of it, if you like, as soon as it happens, if they're maybe thinking at that moment that you've just hit me off, yeah, sort of thing. I mean, some of them, they're maybe not even bothered, they just leave the lobby straight away when it's over, but it's just still, like, the... Again, we've always done it, of just, like, waiting for people and whatnot. Right, McLaren BMW. I think I've got a pencil case for this car somewhere that I acquired a very long time ago. Right, McLaren's turn. I mean, this wasn't too bad before. I mean, today so far, not really been any cars that I've really, well, apart from the VGT, that have been really, like, I don't know, not really worried about hitting the cap of 3 races ago on them, really. I don't think, well, we might get to that today. We'll see how we get on. That's that time on the leaderboard. Right, it's McLaren's hand now. See how we get on in this one. Minutes to go, and that'll be 2 runs. Yeah, 2 runs in each car. Right, McLaren is going next. I still need to get... I can't use my suit on this account because the helmet is the wrong helmet. For the so that's why I'm not using it. I need to unlock the right helmet for the one that I use. So for the minute, we've got no suit livery on this account. We've got nothing on this account, nothing at all. Got no, well, got the cars that you get for sport mode unlocking, and that's about it. From the menus, and that's about it. Right, the McLaren. Last race in the McLaren was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. Well, it's a different lobby though. Different lobbies add to the occasion. We've got Supra. That could have been a good car to use. Would have been not too bad, the Supra GT500. You could grab the Suzuki. Yes, we could do. If Mikhail had not set the one of the fastest laps in the world in the car, then quite possibly. Needs to look at that again going forward. A more like permanent fix for what happens if a car... I can surely work on something. There's got loads of bits for this in the background that I'm thinking of doing. There's quite a few bits in the background. Right, McLaren, it's quick. It does keep up with the Vipers. And everyone else. See how we go in the next run-in. Going nowhere at the what's going on here? Going nowhere at the minute. Okay. Well. Okay, well, yeah, well, we'll just go with it. I don't know what's going on. Go with it. Yeah, thanks, Mon. Appreciate G on HF. Not to, well... Someone's gone out at turn 1. Trying to understeer into him. Oh, McLaren. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Bit of a bump forward. That gets us going again. Oh, got damage that, but 14, 15 seconds behind. I'm just going to be power driven off the track. I think it's a rush of urgency to catch up to the others again because they know that if they can't catch up in time, they'll lose DR for finishing where they are. Well, work to do now. I think there's smoke in front. I think the back of the pack's sorted itself out a little bit. Right, lap 3, see what we can do. We're catching up a little bit. Right, 5 seconds behind now. Too late. Yep, cheers game plan. We'll get this one done. I think it'll be at this stage. Well, we could get top 10 quite possibly. See what happens. Final lap. I'll get P10 then. Not bad, all things considered. A very topsy-turvy lobby, that one. We'll take P10 then. Very up and down in that one. Caught back up to get P10. Have we got the fastest lap? I think so. Clean race bonus. We'll take the clean race bonus. But it was tough out there, been disadvantaged by the game, having a, what was it, a half a minute, whatever it was. Disadvantage at at the start of the race. Courtesy of the game. Yep, cheers one and game plan, appreciate it as always. Right, I think I've got time to do one more race, which will be when... Pin. It will be... Oh, Honda NSX is what we're going back up to. Honda NSX. What it looks like. Get on that one. Right, 7 minutes. So we're coming through, not too bad. Lost a bit of DR last couple of races, but not too bad really. We are making progress. How many, I'll tell you how many races you've done. 19, so 20 races, not too bad. To get to where we are. From the back of the grid with no qualifying time, or no meta cars either. Right, it's the Honda, which is a very... I think it's the slowest car out of the group. But its cornering is really good. Right, to be probably, yeah, looking at the time, last race we'll do, and it will be in the Honda NSX, the slowest car out of the group. And see, we can race number 20 of the challenge, so we'll see if we can end race number 20 of the challenge on a good footing with the Honda NSX GT500. And then next week, new daily races, which will mean a new challenge. What cars will the randomizer decide to give us next week? Hopefully some good ones. Depends on what the daily is. That's the thing, the daily race, some cars you can kind of bimble around, some cars that they're just flipping awful, really, on some of the dailies, depending on what the daily races are. But it is all random. Yep, cheers Game Plan, appreciate the good luck. Honda NSX GT500. Japanese Super GT. Let's see how this is going to go. I think this is the third race in the Honda. Not been too bad. First couple were pretty good. I mean, so far I've not had Daily Race C yet on there. We'll probably get Daily Race C on a really bad week where it's literally like 2 cars or you're absolutely toast, and then you have the randomizer will pick the worst cars in Group 3 for the race. I think, but it could happen. Some episodes we get a load of DR, some episodes we drop all the way back again, just based on whatever cars we get given by the system. Very random. Right, I'm in the NSX GT500 against 911 RC7. Yeah. High-speed cars, that's the problem. Our car isn't a high-speed car compared to these. Right, here we go, the 20th race of last to A. I could have done it last to A plus, but I'm not really sure how long it would have taken really to get to A plus. Probably a very long time. I think A's a bit more manageable getting to A than going all the way to A plus on these kind of challenges. Can have our work cut out, I think, in this one. To finish on, to just try and see what we can do. Go with the crowd and don't fall behind. Come on, Honda. Mugen power. Mugen Honda's Formula 1. What can we have? Trivia for today. Jordan running the Mugen Honda engines in F1 in 97, 98, 99, 2000 and 2001. And 2002, I think. Damon Hill winning the Belgian Grand Prix 1998 in a Jordan Mugen Honda. There is the trivia on the channel for the day. Right, P10. Let's keep going. Whoop. Getting a little bit bunched up in front. They were already going out. On that. Right, it's one lap to go, see what's going to happen. Try to go past this Porsche first. Good move in there. coming through. A big thanks to Juanin G for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated. Welcome to the channel. Doing that P4. No, the braking's a bit lazy on my part. Oh, got to go. Come on, Honda. There you go. I'll do P5 in the Honda. That'll do in the Honda P5. I'm glad. There we go. That is that one. Did we get anything from it? Right. But I think on that one, that is going to be the last race for today on Last to A episode 2. Not been too bad today. We've had a few good runs today on Sardinia. The car selection, I think, has been, quite good, really. But some weeks, it may very well not be as good as what we've got it this week. So it all depends what we get given. So usually, I try to do it as close as I can to the stream, because that way the leaderboard is as up to date as it can possibly be before I then run the randomizer for the car selection. But today hasn't been too bad. We're climbing the ranks, so we are 20 races in. Was it 20 races in? 20 races in, and we are at the C rank at the minute, which isn't too bad. Carry on episode 3, making progress on here. Yep, cheers game plan. Appreciate the GGs. As always, we'll go do the price spin. See what we're going to get on Wednesday price spin. Yeah, this account's not ranked very high, so I think we just take it for what it is. It's a 2-star roulette ticket. We do the price spins at the end of every stream. It's a 2-star roulette. It won't be very good, but we'll do it anyway and see what we're going to get from the price spin. 5,000, 10,000 credits. 5,000 credits, there you go. It's 5,000 credits. The account did not have before, taking us to 516,440 credits. There you have it. Not too bad. But I think that is it from us for today. The end of episode 2 of Last to A. Do join us again next week for episode 3, where we've got 1 or 2 bits that are in the background, and I think all the time on how to make this better. So 1 or 2 things have popped in during today's run that I'm going to try and see if we can get implemented into next week and beyond. But I thought the car selection wasn't too bad. It was quite good, but it does have potential, I do feel, to throw up some awful cars at the dailies. So we could have some setbacks as we go, but so far so good. All 3 lifelines are still intact. I've not really felt the need to use them as of yet, but depending on what cars we get in some of these races, we might have to, well, don't have to use them, but they're there, aren't they? They are there to help at the end of the day. So when we come back next week, episode 3, we're going to be starting about, what's that? Is it just under halfway? We'll say a third of the way through C. So not too bad, really. A third of the way through C from the back of the grid. No meta cars, no qualifying time. And we'll come back next week and we'll see how much further we can get. So that's it from us for today. Big thanks for tuning in on Last to A. Very much appreciated. Big thanks again for our new subscribers that have joined us today on the channel. And if you are new to the channel, do feel free to like and subscribe as well. That would be very much appreciated. And big thanks again to One for the support earlier. Absolute hero on the channel as well. As always, massively appreciated. And we'll be back. Try get in for Friday and see what we can do on the, don't know, we've got the new TT, haven't we? We've got the new TT, weekly challenges, more daily races. We'll see what we can do. So until then, do like, do subscribe, and do take care. And as always, before we disappear from last to A, episode number 2, we'll have a look and see who we can raid. That one. Right, so on Monday, I tried to raid myself, which it doesn't work. Right, who can we raid on this occasion? Right, so I'm going to go to, when that's just done there. Right, we'll go and see what Stampy is up to. Stampy pushing the limits on daily races by the look of it. So do like and subscribe to Stampy if you're new to his channel. I'm sure that he'd very much appreciate it. Yeah, cheers Game Plan. Cheers for tuning in. Take care as well. Thanks again, One, as well, for tuning in as well and for the support as well. Absolute hero, as always, massively appreciated. And yes, we'll see you next time, which will be quite likely Friday. We'll try to come in Friday and see what we can do there. So until then, do like, do subscribe, and do take care. Big thanks, as always, for tuning in. And I'll see you next time. Bye.